Ever be possible for women to hold too much power in society?
No.
Okay, so why is it possible for men to hold too much power in society?
Because I feel like everything is like shaped for them.
What up, viewers? It's your boy Agree to Disagree, coming at you again with a video review. The video that we are reviewing today is called Female Privilege and Victimhood. Rules of Modern Dating and Understanding Women is Complicated. This is coming from one of my favorite YouTube channels. It's Complicated Channel. He got some real good stuff on there. So we're gonna check out this video. I haven't seen it, and we're just gonna check it out, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it. Let's get to it.
What do you think about female privilege? Is there such a thing?
Definitely.
No?
Come on.
Yes. There is.
And what does it entail? Female privilege, what does it entail? What are the benefits for you as a beautiful woman like you are?
Manipulation.
There we go.
Manipulation. Thank you. We got it.
There we go.
That's exactly what we needed.
Why are men taught how to treat women, but women aren't taught how to treat men?
Wow. Female privilege. They don't have to do anything, really. They can do what they want.
How should women treat men?
Well, with respect and love, mainly respect, and then love, kindness, and relax a little. American women seem to be very uptight, very demanding, always wanting stuff but never wanting to give. The men have to give 100%. Happy wife, happy life is the slogan. It's not happy husband, happy life, which is bullshit.
Would you consider chivalry to be a female privilege?
No, because if chivalry is considered holding open a door or being courteous, I think that's a human thing. I would be courteous to a man or a woman in their respect, so I don't think chivalry is necessarily gender.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. What? What? Okay, if that's just human decency, then why are women not paying for the dates? Why aren't women holding the door open for men? If I'm cold, the girl doesn't give up her jacket to the guy. That doesn't happen. It's chivalry is just for women. It's made for women. It's never the other way around. Never the other way around. Oh my God.
They're biased.
Well, once again, when it comes to that, though, isn't chivalry part of men being expected to pay on a first date? I mean, men are typically expected to approach women and ask them out and pay for the date. I mean, that's part of chivalry, right? Women don't typically do that. Men are expected to do that. So isn't that something that's exclusively favoring women?
Not in 2021, no, because I know some bold women who are taking men out on first dates.
Well, right, but do you think that's the majority?
That's not the majority.
No,
Does the exception disprove the rule?
Because I'm not doing it.
Even
Can you
in
name
2022,
some controversial
women aren't.
women's issues?
Most women aren't paying for the dates.
Equal pay.
Very rare.
Abortion.
Yeah, abortion for sure.
Abortion.
Equal pay.
Abortion would be a controversial women's issue. Sexual freedom. Sexual immorality almost. Women can have the freedom to do what they want. Men have to be on a leash or under control, or we're basically we're subservient to women in the last 50 to 60 years. Our culture has gone that direction.
You have balls, right? That's where the sperm comes from. That's needed to put in the egg. That's your reproduction system. What the fuck?
But if hold on.
You don't want a kid,
Okay.
then wear a condom. You don't want a kid, then it's so easy to put that little clip in your balls that you can take off at any time when you want to have children. Why is it that a woman can only have one kid per 9 months and it's regulated her, but a man can have he can impregnate 12 women a day if he wanted? Why are we regulated but men not? Make sense, because it's the patriarchy that's put in play.
Let me ask you this. Is a man solely responsible for getting a woman pregnant, or does it take
No.
two people? It takes two people. So why is the man solely held accountable and not the woman for also inviting the man to have sex? Because women
So
choose.
the man is held
women
accountable
choose,
because he has
women
to
choose
pay.
who they have sex
because
with.
he has to pay for producing a life, but the woman who spends her entire life now dedicated to building the life of that kid, so he can't take some dollars out of her account, but her life changes because she has a kid. That doesn't make sense.
Can you name any men's issues?
First off, right? You'll notice there's zero accountability here. Zero accountability here, right? The woman had to have laid down with the man for all this to even come about. Women are the gatekeepers to sex. She chose to lay down and have sex with this man. So if she gets pregnant, she's going to have to take some accountability. And by the laws, she can go and get child support from that man. So he will be held accountable whether he wants to or not. He will be held accountable because of the way the laws are in this country. So shared accountability when it comes to making a baby. Not all the accountability is put on one person or the next, but you got to take some responsibility for that. You got to take some responsibility for that. You know, it's your body, right? You decided to have the baby at the end of the day, right? Because guys have no control over what happens after that sperm goes. Guys have no power after that, right? You got the morning after pill. You got Plan B. You got they even got like a 2-week pill now, and then there's abortion, right? Like, let's continue.
They don't have issues.
I would say sexual abuse.
Yeah, domestic abuse. Domestic abuse. They get domestic abuse.
Good,
Yeah.
A husband who gets divorced from his wife, it seems like men don't have any rights. They have no rights when it comes to children and keeping the children. The women get the benefit of the doubt, which is wrong. Equal justice. Justice needs to be blind, but I think in the courts and in every aspect of life, women get the benefit of the doubt, the blessings, they get the open doors. Men have to fight through the fire just to even get their kids.
The WNBA, the pay, WNBA pay, as compared to like men's basketball.
You're talking about like the gender pay.
Oh my God. I know he ain't about to talk about WNBA pay versus NBA play. Like, if you just look up the revenue each sport brings in, it's completely, it's not even close. I'm gonna just look it up real quick. The NBA brings in $8.3 billion. 8.3. Let's see what the WNBA brings in. About 60 million. Oh, and it says it costs 70 million to run the league. So they're actually in the negative. That's why they don't get paid, because they're not bringing in any revenue. If the WNBA was bringing in $8 billion, then they would get equal pay. This man, he didn't think that through.
Pay gap, right?
Yep.
Okay. Can you name any men's issues?
I would say like men's issues, toxicity. I don't know. Like,
see, that what's crazy is, there are some things that men go through that women don't go through, as far as like discrimination, but like no one really talks about it, right? They briefly talked about rights over children. Men are completely discriminated against when it comes to rights over their kids. They pretty much, it all goes to the woman, and the man has to fight in order to get some kind of rights over his kids. You know, and it varies in different states. If you're married to the woman, you know, the courts might be a little bit kinder. But if you just had a baby out of wedlock, I mean, it's a wrap for you. You got to think about suicide death rates. Men are killing themselves at a much higher rate than women. Court system, men tend to get higher sentences than women for the exact same crime. So there's a lot of different things you can talk about as far as, you know, what advantages women have over men. You know what I mean? People tend to think that men just have all the advantages in the world, but there are some things where women do have the advantage.
Like, I have no clue.
Okay. Why do you think so many more people know about women's issues more than they know about men's issues?
Because I don't know. I feel like there's more females in the world than there are men. They're more talked about, more thought about.
Let me just leave you with this, okay? Here are just some of the men's issues that I'll list off, okay?
All right.
Men happen to be the majority of suicide, the majority of homeless, the majority of workplace deaths. The family court system is biased against men. False paternity, false accusations, prison sentencing disparity, failure in education, health issues, and male abuse.
Yes.
Why do you think that so many people aren't aware of men's issues?
I think
Nobody
men
cares.
don't stand up for themselves. If a man is a victim of domestic
no one
violence
cares,
or domestic abuse, he's not going to report it to the police. And if you call the police, they'll arrest you more than likely than the woman. So men don't speak up. Men are taught to hide their emotions and suppress their emotions. And
They think because we live in a patriarchy, men don't have anything to complain about or anything to fight for as far as men's rights. So that's why they just, it's like, whatever, you're a man, whatever. Why are y'all complaining? So no one cares.
that's dangerous for men. It's dangerous for everybody, but
Some men have insecurities.
Egos.
Their egos, their pride.
I would say mental health as well. Like men are definitely less likely to admit or get help for mental issues, which is really sad.
It's often said life isn't fair. Who is more likely to be expected to accept injustice, men or women?
Women.
If it's not men,
I feel like it's men.
If it's not men, why do we have the expression "take it like a man"?
We have the expression "take it like a man" because men face way more discrimination and injustice on an everyday basis than women do. Suck it up, women. But my God, to honest opinion is that men go through a lot more. They're not accepted in so many areas that women are. Just like we're married, by the way, and gay women are twice as much accepted as gay men are. They're shunned.
Could it ever be possible for women to hold too much power in society?
No.
Okay, so why is it possible for men to hold too much power in society?
Because I feel like everything is like shaped for them.
I honestly don't think men thought this all the way through when they came up with this whole patriarchal society, because I mean, they want to run the world, but they will usually go home to women who more than likely were the backbone of everything that they were built on as a man. But their lack of wanting to give women that respect, where we echo in hallways that we should have already echoed in, they built the society on that, not thinking that one day women will wake up and not want to play by their rules anymore. So, I mean, I feel like it's just your karma, baby. Get over it. You thought it was gonna be one.
Men didn't think about it because we just did it, right? Like, men just was like, yo, we need houses, we built it. We need buildings, we built it. Like, we need technology, we made it. Like, we just did it. And I think that's the difference. The way things naturally went, you know, women were staying at home, taking care of the families, and men was like, yo, we gotta build civilizations, we gotta go to war, we gotta conquer land. And so that's just how it naturally happened. We didn't plan for it. We didn't say, oh, let's keep the women out. It just naturally naturally happen that way. And then once we came to a more modern society that created avenues for women to kind of come in and do different things, and now that's why you're seeing more and more women, you know, coming up in the workplace. Where if you go to poorer civilizations, you see it's still, you know, women doing the childbearing while the men do the work. You know what I mean? Because only in a modern society can you have like women, you know, taking on these high positions. If we go back to the Stone Ages, it's gonna be the men making the decisions, doing the hunting. You know what I mean? Doing the building. It's just the way it goes.
One way is if women were always going to be this quiet little kept society, and we're frankly the shit, and y'all just don't want to give us our dues.
Is it possible to be pro-men without being anti-woman?
Exactly, that's possible. Just like I'm pro-black without being anti-white.
I'm white and I'm pro-black.
Are male feminists selling out their own gender?
Fuck no. Same thing. Like, can we be like female maleists?
Well, can you do that without being, you know, selling out your gender?
Hell yeah. I can embrace my womanhood and still protect you.
We should embrace our masculine.
I'll kick a girl's ass to try to touch you, man. I got you,
man.
I'm just saying, if we're going to talk about equality, why isn't there equal representation of both men and women's issues?
That's
Which
true.
it should.
That's true. That's true.
It should be brought up, but it's not.
Why don't the good, decent women of the world regularly call out and shame the trash women for how they treat men?
They should. They most definitely should.
But do they?
No, absolutely not. And
Why
that's
not?
the problem. Because
I think a big part of it is victim accountability. Like, a lot of men don't speak up for themselves, so women feel like, well, we shouldn't speak up for them, and that's kind of wrong. Like, that's all the way wrong. Just because they don't speak up for themselves doesn't mean we shouldn't speak up for them.
But don't women want men to speak up on behalf of women?
Absolutely. We do.
So why shouldn't it go both ways?
We are. We're speaking up for you guys. We're not going to let this happen. Or if you guys are being touched inappropriately, you tell someone, we'll stick up for you.
Is it possible for women to be strong and independent, but also victims?
Sure, all the time. That seems to be the default mode, is that women are always victims, but yet they're strong and confident. They're queens. They're in charge. They have all the rights and all the privilege. It's female privilege. It has nothing to do with white male privilege or any of that.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, and that's the thing I struggle with. Is that, ladies, you can't have it both ways. You know, you can't just be like, oh, you know, we are as good as men, if not better, and, you know, we're strong and independent, but then at the same time, you know, you want to talk about how men have all these advantages, and, you know, men. So wait, hold on, like, which is it, right? Because if men and women are on the same level, or women are even better, then wouldn't y'all have the advantages?
It's female privilege that rules the world. Men don't rule the world. This isn't a patriarchal society or world. Women are in control, period.
Why can't men ever be seen as victims of women?
Men are taught to be strong. Women are taught to be sensitive and vulnerable. And that's necessary, of course, when you're raising children, etc. And for relationships. Women need a strong man in their life, and men need a sensitive, intelligent woman who's not subservient, but we're equal in different ways.
What are your thoughts?
Right. See, when men have issues, you know, we're expected to handle it on our own. All right. When men are out here asking for help, you know, we're seen as weak. You know, but, you know, for women, it's almost like it's expected. You know, they go ask for help, and they get a group of people in these rallies, and, you know, if you're a guy, you got some issues, man, it's just like, suck it up. You know what I mean? Just handle it.
Thoughts on the following statement, that a man's weakness is the facade of his strength, while a woman's strength is the facade of her weakness?
That's a genius, mind-blowing
I love
question.
that.
I don't even want to comment on that. That stands alone.
Can
That's fantastic.
you explain what that means?
Read it to me one more time, please.
Okay. a man's weakness is the facade of his strength, while a woman's strength is the facade of her weakness.
Yes, I think men have to pretend, whether they're humble or not. You better humble yourself. In most every situation, discussions, arguments, decisions that have to be made, the men generally have to acquiesce and be weak, yes dear, all that stuff. Inside we want to be strong, but society, from movies to music to everything, has emasculated men for the last 50 years. Husbands are disparaged, fathers are disparaged. It's just the way it is. It's unfortunate.
Why can't men ever...
Yeah, video's getting kind of long, so I'm gonna stop it right there. But you know, I like what he's saying there, and you see that a lot in movies today, where you got the husband who's basically a buffoon, might be like fat and out of shape, and then like the wife will be like the smart one in the home, and she's of course she's really good looking, while the husband's just looking like an idiot half the time, and he's like the comic relief, and it's the woman who's making all the decisions. So I do agree that there is a lot of that going on in the media, as far as emasculating men in the media. But this was a very interesting video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna put a link to the full video in the description below, so go over to his channel, check out the rest of his content. Again, the channel is called ItsComplicatedChannel. And let me know what you thought of the video. What points did you agree with? What points did you disagree with? Leave your comments below and let me know what you thought. And if you got anything out this video, hit that like button. This is Agree to Disagree. I'm out.